Good day, everyone. I'm gonna talk about simple and general annuities for today. But before we move on to numbers, let's know about annuities first. Annuity is a sequence of equal payments made at regular intervals. These payments can be made monthly, quarterly, semi annually, or annually. And there are two types of annuities: simple and general annuities. What is simple annuity? Simple annuity occurs when the payment interval is the same as the compounding interval. Now, the definition of terms: term of annuity, T time between the first payment interval and last payment interval. Regular or periodically payment are the amount of each payment and amount future value of an annuity. F sum of future values of all payments to be made during the entire term of the annuity and present value of an annuity. P sum of present value of all the payments to be made during the entire term of the annuity. Now for the formula of future value, it's F equals R times 1 plus I raised to the power of 9 minus 1 and all over I. And for present value, it's P equals R times 1 minus 1 plus I raised to the negative n and all over I. And for the term R is regular payment, I interest rate per payment period, and total number of payments, R is the nominal rate, and M is the number of conversion periods. And for the formula of the periodically payment R of annuity is R equals to F, then divided by the fraction 1 plus I raised to the power of n minus 1 all over I. And next is I'll be providing examples for the future value. So suppose Mrs. Remote would like to save 3,000 pesos every month in a fund that gives 9% compounded monthly. How much is the amount or the future value of her savings after 6 months? And now for the given. R equals 3,000 pesos, R equals 0.09, M equals 12, T equals 6 months, and N equals M times T, which is 12 times 1 half equals 6. And I equals R divided by M, or 0.09 divided by 12 equals 0.0075. And for the substitution, F equals 3,000 times the fraction 1 plus 0.0075 raised to the 6th power minus 1 all over 0.0075. And the final answer is 18,340 and 89 centavos. Another example. In order to save for high school graduation, Marie decided to save 200 pesos at the end of each month. If the bank pays 0.25% compounded monthly, how much will her money be at the end of 6 years? So the given is R equals 200 pesos, R equals 0.0025, and T equals 6 years, M equals 12, and N equals M times T, which is 12 times 6 equals 72. And I equals R divided by M, or 0.0025 divided by 12. And for the formula, it's F equals R times the fraction 1 plus I raised to the power of n minus 1 all over I. And the substitution is F equals 200 times the fraction 1 plus 0.0025 over 12 raised to the 72nd power minus 1 all over 0.0025 over 12. So the total is 14,507 pesos and 2 centavos. And next is for the examples for present value. Rose works very hard because she wants to have enough money in her retirement account when she reaches the age 60. She wants to withdraw 36,000 pesos every 3 months for 20 years, starting 3 months after she retires. How much must Rose deposit at retirement at 12% per year, compounded quarterly for the annuity? So the given is R equals 36,000 pesos, R equals 0.12 per year, M equals 4 compounded quarterly, T equals 20 years, and N equals M times T, that's 20 times 4 equals 80. I equals R divided by M 0.12 over 4 equals 0.03 per quarter. And the formula is P equals R times the fraction 1 minus 1 plus I raised to the negative n divided by I. And for the substitution is P equals 36,000 times fraction 1 minus 1 plus 0.03 raised to the power of negative 80 divided by 0.03. And for the next example is, Mr. Ribaya paid 200 pesos as down payment for a car. The remaining amount is to be settled by paying 16,200 pesos at the end of each month for 5 years. If interest is 10.5% compounded monthly, what is the cash price of his car? The given is the down payment equals 200,000 pesos. R equals 16,200 pesos. R equals 0.105 and M equals 12 compounded monthly and T equals 5 years. N equals M times T, that's 12 times 5 equals 60. I equals R divided by M 0.105 over 12 equals 0.00875. And for the formula, P equals R times the fraction 1 minus 1 plus I raised to the negative n divided by I. And the substitution is P equals 16,200 times the fraction 1 minus 1 plus 0.00875 raised to the power of negative 60 divided by 0.00875. And the answer is 753,702 pesos and 20 centavos. And the cash value equals the down payment plus P, that is 200,000 plus 753,702 pesos and 20 centavos equals 953,702 pesos and 20 centavos. Now, that is all in simple annuity. Since we are done on discussing about simple annuity, let's now talk about general annuity. So what is general annuity? General annuity is an annuity where the payment interval is not the same as the interest period. The definition of terms is general ordinary annuity, a general annuity in which the periodical payment is made at the end of the payment interval. However, there's a rule in general annuity that before you can get the future and present value, we first have to get the equivalent interest rate per payment interval converted from the interest rate per period using the formula below. It's I equals 1 plus R divided by M sub 1 raised to the power of M sub 2 over M sub 1 minus 1. Since I already told you the rest of the terms earlier, the M sub 1 is the payment interval and the M sub 2 is the length of compounding period. So here's the example for future value in general annuities. Chris started to deposit 1,000 pesos monthly in a fund that pays 6% compounded quarterly. How much will be in the fund after 15 years? The given is R equals 1,000, M sub 1 equals 12, M sub 2 equals 4, Rm sub 2 equals 0.06, N equals 12 times 15 equals 180. I is approximately 0.0049751. And in the formula, the F is equals 1000 times the fraction 1 plus 0.0049751 raised to the power of 180 minus 1 over 0.00497521. And the result is F is approximately 290,082 pesos and 51 centavos. And for the next example, a teacher saves 5,000 pesos every 6 months in the bank that pays 0.25% compounded monthly. How much will be her savings after 10 years? So the given here is R equals 5,000 pesos, M equals 2, M sub 2 equals 12, T equals 10 years, N equals M times T equals 2 times 10 equals 20, Rm sub 2 equals 0.0025. So for the formulas that you're going to use is basically the same as the previous example that I gave. So for the substitution is I equals 1 plus 0.0025 over 12 raised to the power 12 over 2 minus 1. And now let's proceed to the next value, which is present value. Ken borrowed an amount of money from Kat. He agrees to pay the principal plus interest by paying 38,973 pesos 76 centavos each year for 3 years. How much money did he borrow if interest is 8% compounded quarterly? So the given is R equals 38,973 pesos and 76 centavos. M sub 1 equals 1, M sub 2 equals 4, RM sub 2 equals 0.08, T equals 3 years, N equals M sub 1 times T equals 1 times 3 equals 3. I equals 0.082432216. And for the formula, it's P equals R times the fraction 1 minus 1 plus I raised to the power of negative n over I. And for the substitution, P equals 38,973 pesos and 76 centavos times the fraction 1 minus 1 plus 0.082432216 raised to the negative third power over 0.082432216. And the total is P equals 100,000 pesos. And for this example, basically the methods, the given, the formula that you're going to use is the same as the previous one in number 1. For more understanding about the lesson, let's identify these following situations if it's general annuity or simple annuity. For number 1, a company offers its employees a retirement plan where the company deposits 5,000 pesos every quarter every 3 months into a savings fund. The fund earns 8% interest compounded monthly. You just answer if it's general annuity or simple annuity. I will give you 3 seconds to think. Okay, so the answer, it is a general annuity because the payment interval quarterly and the compounding interval monthly are not the same. Okay, for the last question, number 2, a student takes out a loan and agrees to pay 2,000 pesos every month for 2 years. The loan charges 10% interest compounded monthly. So is it a general annuity or a simple annuity? So the answer, it is a simple annuity because the payment interval monthly and the compounding interval monthly are the same. To sum it up, our topic, simple annuities occur when the payment and compounding periods are the same, while general annuities happen when they are different. Understanding these concepts helps us manage loans, savings, and investments more wisely. I hope this discussion gave you a clear picture of how annuities work and how they apply in real life. And thank you for listening.